What's up, guys? Dustin McDangles back here with another video. This is the NHL Franchise Mode Series with the Nebraska Bucks as we get into the 2025-2026 season. If you guys actually missed the last video, be sure to go ahead and check that out. In the top right-hand corner, I'll leave a card right there right now, so you guys are up to date with everything here on the current episode. Obviously, in the last one, we basically kept the team as is, went through the draft, and obviously re-signed everybody we needed to. Before we do get into today's episode, which will be the first half of the season, as well as some trades, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you guys get into it. If you guys are new to the channel, and also if you are new after hitting that subscribe button, be sure to comment down below that you subscribed, and I will get back to you in the comments, guys. But before getting into today's episode, with sort of simulating through some things, here are the lineups. We're going to rock with the Finnish Fanatics here, Vesalainen here, as well as Volchenkov. Volchenkov's actually Russian. I don't know why I thought he was Finnish, but anyways, we're going to roll with Volchenkov, Scheifele, and Vesalainen there in the top line. Third line is Rossi, Byfield, and Kashe. Second is that line. Third is Hintz, Crosby, and Ritchie. And then the fourth line, we've got Roslovic, Boulet, and Sammy Blais. I'm looking to move Boulet because he does not fit the lines. He is 20 years old, and he does have a lot of trade value. If we go ahead and actually take a look, his trade value is out of this world. So what I want to try and do, since he is 28 and is on his last deal, or last year of his deal at 1.875, which was an absolute steal, we're going to go ahead and try and trade him out for somebody who might fit the bottom six pairing a little bit better and is a little bit younger, and with sort of maybe a couple more years on their deal, just so we can lock somebody in at the younger age and obviously sort of develop them. So I'll sort of put together that trade here, and I'll come back to you guys in just a second. So here is a massive trade offer here for Boulet. The main sort of acquisition here is Jakub Tartukin. He is from Russia. Bottom six forward lines and all penalty killing lines here with our coach, so that could be an awesome steal, as well as I saw that they also had this Tim Rutter guy, 75 overall defenseman, elite low potential. He does only have 1 year left in his deal and a third-round pick. Hoping this actually goes through. If so, that's a steal of a deal. So let's go ahead and sort of edit these lines right here and see what we can do. So there you have it, guys. Tartukin into the lineup, and he does get the +1 on that fourth line with Roslovic and Sammy Blais. It looks like the overalls have updated. Crosby actually down to an 82. Doesn't really fit that second line, which is quite interesting. So I'm kind of intrigued to see if Appleton could possibly fit over Crosby, and then we look to try and maybe trade Crosby out. Or, again, if Appleton doesn't fit, or if he only just gets the +1, he only gets a +1. I wish he got more, because I want to try and give Crosby a little shout here this season, see what he can do. But again, really happy here with the top few lines. And then if we actually go to defense, we've got Ahonen, Lautner, Tinkoff, Jones, and then Tavares and Pesce. So Tavares actually sort of doing a little bit better with the progression of things. But if we actually go over here to the AHL, we called somebody up, so we just need to sort of throw Rutter into the lineup. He is another defensive defenseman, which is awesome to see. I kind of want him playing top line minutes in the AHL just so he can develop. At 6'3", he is a big boy defensive defenseman, second-round pick, 75 overall already at 21 years of age. So honestly, great little pickup there. As we take a look here at the AHL offense, honestly, it's looking pretty good. I'm not too worried about the AHL. I feel like they will sort of figure things out on their own, as we also have some pretty decent sort of backup players as well. Taking a look at goalies, Vinny and then Hunter Jones there. Hunter Jones, 25 years old. He hasn't really panned out for us here in this sim. Thought he would do a little bit better, but we've got Bishop, Varlamov between the pipes here for the NHL. So honestly, I feel like sort of we roll with it right now. Hold off on the Crosby trade. I want to see how he does throughout this season. But let's go ahead. Let's hop through this preseason, see how the boys do. We'll simulate up here to this Colorado Avalanche game as we get a win there against the Jets. Let's see how we do against the Blues. 6-4 win there. Win against the Stars, win against the Wild. Again, we probably playing their sort of B teams, but sort of doing very well here so far in the preseason. Take a look here at the stats quickly. Who's our top player? Vaseline in there with 7 points. He's got 6 apples, so crazy to see there. So let's actually hop in here to the first month of this regular season, see how things go. Again, hoping that we are pretty set on injuries. I'm really hoping that we don't run into any problems this year like we did last year. We had a bunch of injuries last year as we get the first one of the season against the Pittsburgh Penguins, and Carlson is injured. So thankfully he is AHL, don't have to worry about him. He'll get back to good health and then back on the ice for the boys down in Burnaby. But continuing on here with the sim here so far, 3-1 through this month as we lose our first game to a Central Division opponent. We come back with a strong game there against the Sharks, beat the Panthers. Last year's Tartukin is out until October 31st. That is tough. Just bringing in the guy and he's out just like that. Crosby already back up to an 84, so maybe we just hold on to Crosby, who's absolutely killing it. We're holding on to Crosby the rest of the year, boys. Holding on to him. He's killing it right now. We got to throw Appleton into the lineup here. He doesn't get anything on that bottom line, but just take a look and see how everyone is doing right now. Honestly, Sammy Blaze, 3 points. Let's sort of go back through. So here's the third line. We've got Rupo, who's killing it. Crosby killing it. And then Nick Ritchie also doing pretty well. Second line, Rossi, 6 points in 7 games. Byfield doing very well. Kashe performing well. Vasalainen playing very well. Scheifele, 6 assists. And then Volchenkov leading the team there in goals. I do want to take a look here at the defense. Ahonen, 5 points. Lautner, 3. Seth Jones with 8. Tinkanoff, nothing. Tavares with 3. And then Pesci, he's got nothing going for him. So, so far, I think the team is playing very well. Let's see how Rudder is doing. 2 points, not terribly. He is a +10, which is great. Take a look here at Bishop. He's playing Bishop form. 7 games played, 6 wins. He's got a 9.14 with a 2.58. And then taking a look, it looks like Varlamov has yet to play a game yet this season. So hopefully our new acquisition is going to be able to come back to good health here shortly, as Tartukin looks like he's able to play. But we'll let that sim a little bit more. Solid first month of the year. October goes by with a solid first month. So we'll simulate up here to the 7th. Give Tartukin a little bit more time here to heal up as we lose to the Flames. Looks like they're going to be a tough division opponent this year. As we beat the Sabres, lose to the Wild, which is quite interesting, and the always hated Winnipeg Jets here. We've got an AHL injury. We lose to the Jets. That's tough. Blackhawks 10-2-0, which is crazy to see. Let's get our new acquisition here back into the lineup. Crosby, 17 points in 12 games. Crosby is out to prove a point here. He's on the last year of his deal, and if he sort of keeps this up, we might have to keep him around a little bit longer until maybe he retires. So let's get Tartukin back into the lineup, getting that +1 there on that bottom pairing. Take a look at special teams. We got the +3 there on the first line, which is crazy. +1 there on the second pairing. Not too worried there about those, but the penalty kill is awesome. Trying to see, Byfield doesn't really fit, so let's get Tartukin, because I remember them saying that he fits the lines. So he gets that down to a 0, which is nice. 3-man PK, I'm happy with. Honestly, Roslovic, let's see if we can get him. Okay, so we already have Roslovic and Hintz, so that's crazy. Super awesome to see that, but let's go ahead, hop back into this simulation here. Again, Crosby, straight up killing it right now. Obviously showing that with age, almost like a sort of a fine wine. With age, it sort of tastes better. Obviously, Crosby showing that with age, his skill is still at the top of his game. So, again, super excited. Tikhonov is injured. Defenseman there. So we're going to have to swap him out in the lineup. Second pair defenseman. We'll have to throw him in here for Zavari. Does somebody else? So Pesci fits better on that line, so we'll throw Pesci there. He gets the +1 as we actually beat the Hurricanes and we beat the Washington Capitals, as it looks like Tikhonov can actually come back into the lineup. So let's throw him back in there. How did our boy do? He didn't even get to play a game. Let's roll with that. Let's give him some playing time. See what he can do. Obviously, we want to make sure that sort of the team is playing well. Beat the Golden Knights. We lose to the Devils here against the Rangers away from home. And we get the victory in a shootout. So close call there. Big game here against the Blackhawks. We end up losing 5-3. So definitely going to need to find some wins there against the top teams in the division, as Pesce is down and out. So sort of we'll put our boy Tikhonov back in, who fits there on that second pair there with Jones, where Jones is actually playing very well. Ahonen, he's not doing the best there on that top pair, which I'm very intrigued to see that, as maybe we sort of move somebody up here. Let's swap Jackson Tavares with Ahonen, sort of demote Ahonen there to that bottom pair with Ville there. So we'll see how that goes. Maybe that will shake some things up. We lose 5-2 there against the Edmonton Oilers. Always a tough team there. And man, sore foot there for Ville. We just brought him into the lineup, which kind of sucks. Because I don't think we have any other defenseman we could really bring in right now. So Lautner, who's scratched. Yeah, we don't have any defenseman who we can bring in right now. So let's bring in Saishian. He's not going to get it done there on the back end. Let's see if Appleton might be able to do anything there. He gets a -3. Oy, that's not great. So we're going to have to simulate here a little bit. Hope for a defenseman to come back. Because I don't want to really shake things up with calling too many people up. Volchenkov is out with bruised ribs until December 14th. Oy, that's tough. So we're going to have to call somebody in here who is scratched. Saishian, we're going to have to throw him in there. Honestly, that actually works. Keeping the +3s there. Saishian works on that second line. So that's actually really nice. Take a look here at our defense. Is anybody else back? Everyone else is injured, so we can't even bring in anybody right now. Lose 4-1 to the Preds. Pesce is back, so let's get him in to the lineup to sort of fix things here on our defensive end. Obviously, it's nice that Appleton's been sort of filling in, but we want to get Pesce back into the lineup here. We'll keep him there on that bottom pairing there with Ahonen, as we play the Avalanche with a big game there. Ville is back, so that is good to see. As we continue on here, big win there against the Canucks. And that is the end of November, guys, as we get into the month of December. Hoping for good things as we continue on here. 15-8 roster management here, restricted free agents. So 15-8, we're in the wild card spot right now as we lose to the Islanders. A little rematch there of the Stanley Cup Finals from last year. Losing some games in a row here, never good, as we finally break that with a win against the Canadiens. Kashe is going to be out for an extended period of time. As who do we actually fill in for his spot? Appleton on that top pair, actually really nice to see that he gets that +3, but we want Volchenkov back. He is back, so we can throw him back there on that top pair. Does get the +3. Man, I'm trying to think here. What line does Appleton fit best? He fits the first line best. Doesn't really fit that second line, so we're going to have to stick with Saishian there on that second pair, as Volchenkov is out. Are you kidding me? Volchenkov is out. So we got to put Appleton in. Honestly, even like with everything sort of put in there, with sort of how players aren't supposed to get, like, whenever they're back from injury, as soon as you hear it, it still says that he's going to be, if he gets injured again, he's going to be out for an extended period of time, which I hate that. It sucks, but, you know, you got to roll with the punches here sometimes. So we'll put our Honan on both power plays there. 4-man PK. Let's throw in let's throw in our boy Tavares. Let's get him into the mix there. And then the extras, we got a 3-on-3 to sort of fix here, which we will throw in. We'll throw Sammy Blais into the mix there. Why not? As we continue on here with the sim, 2 losses there in a row. We're starting to fall apart here right now mid-season, which is tough. Finally come back there with a win against the Blues, sort of a wild card opponent. Nice big win there against the Red Wings. Rudder has been injured. That's tough. For the AHL, obviously want him to continue developing. Another AHL injury, so we'll have to sort of let the coach take care of that. Loss to the Penguins there, as we're 10 points out of first place in the division right now. As sort of we're going to continue on here with the sim. 19-13. Overtime loss there to the Leafs. Loss to the Coyotes, but we actually come back with a big win there against the Dallas Stars, which is huge. As end of the month of December, Ahonen, he's got a strained hamstring. So more injuries here. We've got a lot going on this year, which is tough. Never want the injury bug going around too much, but we'll throw in Savari there in that bottom pair, and then we can actually throw in our boy to get back into the lineup, Volchenkov. He should be back to full health here, which he is, so get that sort of big top pair back together. As how's Crosby doing? He is still killing it there with points. Scheifele is doing well. We'll take a look here at the points here shortly as we lose there to end the month of December, 20-15-1. We'll take a look here at the standings here just as we simulate up to December 31st. Hope and pray that injuries don't continue to happen. Koshe is available to play, but we'll let him heal up a little bit more as we continue on here in this month of January. Big win there against the Panthers. Overtime loss to the Flyers, and again, more guys coming back from injury, which is great. Byfield's been injured, so this is where we'll go ahead and sort of move some things around. So, obviously, we've got Appleton here, who we can slot in onto that second line two-way forward. He only gets the +1, which, if anything... Ooh, Richie works, although let's move Crosby up to that top pair. And can we move anything else around? Not really. And then let's go back here to the defense. We'll throw our boy Ahonen, if we can just get to him, back into the lineup. Two-way defenseman. He gets the +1 there on that pairing. He still is technically injured, so I don't want to risk that. So let's throw our boy Savari back into the lineup. And then let's check on Koshe. Throw Koshe here back on the second line. He should be back to full health here at 86 overall. He is, so let's get him back into the lineup. Him, Crosby, and Rossi as sort of that makeshift second line right now, as we got a big win there against the Senators. Lost to the Flames again. We can't seem to beat them. A loss there to the Sabres. And then here against the Wild, lost to the Wild. So 3 in a row here. Sort of a little January skid, as make that 5 in a row. As, man, we're just continuing to struggle here. Byfield is actually good to come back into the lineup. Trade offer here, we're going to decline that as we need some wins. We get one there against the Hurricanes, a shootout loss to the Caps. So we at least get 1 point in that. Goaltender is out for the AHL, which is tough. But big win there against the Golden Knights. Can we get a win here against the Devils back-to-back? We do so. 2 wins in a row there, which is nice. Keeps us in the playoff picture. Sort of goaltender's back. Another win there against the Rangers. And here, big game to end this episode. Kuffner's out. Not too worried about that. We lose to the Blackhawks 6-1. So as of right now, we're still in the playoffs. Let's take a look here at how the team's doing. We can also sort of fix the lineups and everything here for the next episode. But Scheifele leading the way in points. It looks like Crosby has sort of cooled off a little bit from his hot start. Let's take a look here at the team standings first. As it stands right now, 49 games played. We are in that second playoff position here. Second wild card in the West, it looks like here, by a few points. So let's actually take a look at the Western Conference. Blackhawks, 69 points, absolutely killing it, 32, 12, and 5. Again, we go down here to 55 points, and we've got a 3-point cushion here on the Coyotes and the Blues. So definitely something to continue to take a look at. We might need to have a big trade deadline to make sure we sort of solidify everything. Crosby there, second in points, 45 and 49 games played. Awesome to see. Byfield's got 35 and 39, which is actually really good, so it'll be nice to get him back into the lineup. Volchenkov having a down year, I would say. Vasalainen here doing very well, 43 points in 49 games played, plus 24, so nice to see there. Kashe with not a great year. We might need to move him out. Tartukin, our new acquisition, 17 points, not terrible for the fourth line. Who's really underperforming? Lautner, I mean, he's a defensive defenseman, so not really expecting too much from him. Ahonen, really underperforming here. He is only 23 years old, so definitely want to sort of hold on to him there, especially at that price tag. But again, sort of this is where we stand right now, guys. Definitely going to be excited to see where we go here sort of in the next episode. It's going to be interesting to see if we can sort of maybe get off the injury bug here and get back to good health, as Byfield should be back to good health, which he is, so we'll move him back up there. We've got our first two lines sort of back to good health, so we get the 2+3s, which is nice. Crosby, Hintz, Ritchie back on that bottom or third line here. Crosby still doesn't fit, but he's playing great, so I don't want to mess with things there. On the defense here, Lautner, we have +1s. I want to try and get some more pluses here, because it's not really looking like we could do much, as I believe we can actually bring back in our boy Ahonen. He should be back to good health, which he is, and he gets the +3 on that top pair, so we'll put him back up there with Lautner. Does Tinkanoff get the +3? He does. But Lautner and Ahonen are a good match, I think, together. So we'll stick with that. Let's actually take a look. I have sort of totally forgotten about Bishop, who's cooled off a bit. He's got a .901 with a .293 goals against average. And then Varlamov, not a very reliable backup right now. So maybe look to trade for a backup in the next episode, unless we want to maybe bring up our boy Vinny here, who's been playing well at the AHL, not the best. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see here. I actually want to see how the AHL team is doing with all their injuries as well. Are they playing very well? No, Burnaby Ace is sort of struggling here. So their sort of run for sort of regular season titles is on the line, guys. But that's going to be it for today's episode. Again, if you want to let me know sort of what changes you guys want to make to the lineup, if anything, I'll leave the team up here on the screen right now. If you guys want to sort of pause the video, take a look at this, move over here to the defense. Again, if you guys want to pause the video here, sort of see what players maybe to move out or sort of what you guys want to do, let me know. Be sure to drop a comment down below, but I hope you guys have a good one, and as always, stay dusty.